Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. We are back with episode 18 of our Medieval Dynasty Season 2. We are looking at coming up on the end of winter and heading into spring, so our goals for today are going to be to, one, find that last couple for the mine. We're going to try to get our mining run in for spring. We're going to try to get the rye harvested and make the flatbread out of the flour for sales run. To get us some extra money there, and see what we can do about getting some tech points. The rye to flatbread is going to help us quite a bit with tech points for production, and see if there are any quests that we can pick up that are going to let us score some tech points off of them. So if you learn anything useful today, or if you have a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe, but either way, let's go ahead and load in. Hey, Stesso, what's shaking, man? Alrighty, here we go. We are back in. Why am I just randomly moving sideways? Because I was on the horse. That's why. Okay. Also, Stesso, I blame you. It's your fault. I am junked out on X4 again. Okay, so we still have probably half of winter left to go. There's not a terrible lot that we really need to handle here. Our crops are handled. We did some hunting. We've got our tech points. We checked all the quests already. As far as the other quests go, I suppose we could head up and talk to Sambor and get that part rolling. That is an option. It'll kill time until the end of winter here. X4 really is a fantastic game. Yeah, that initial learning curve is kind of steep. I cut that video down as short as I could, and it still wound up being almost 2 hours. There's some stuff that I probably should have split out into separate videos, but I figured they were all beginner tips, so they were all kind of necessary as far as what we were going for. Yeah, it is interesting enough to keep trying, and wait until you start getting into the lore of the game and the actual quests. Because regardless of your start, you can actually do every quest line in the game from any start. So you can unite the Paranid as a split. I've done it. You can free the Terrans of their issue with one of the pirate nations as a Boron if you want. You can do all of them. And most of them have multiple branches that you can take. You can unite the Paranids, or you can split the Paranids. You can take the side of the free families, the side of the patriarchy, or a third side that doesn't show up in the split conflict until you're partway through. I mean, there's multiple branches of every storyline that you can take, and they all have different benefits and consequences. So it's super cool. Also, stay out of Terran space until you've made friendly with them. There are varying... You can't go into the inner core until you've reached a certain reputation with them, or they will kill you on sight. And that's where their battleships are, and they're the only race that have battleships, so yeah. Alright, this is Sambor's hut. Alright, so let's see what Sambor... I believe this is the quest where he's going to want us to chop down 1,000 logs as a joke. I think you're lost, boy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb... Wait a second, look me in the eye and stop shivering for crying out loud. Black and blue, you're Eorden's family, aren't you? Yep, my name's Racemir. You must be Sambor, then. And how do you know that? I was talking with Unagast. He told me that you were a part of the Reminders as well. Part of what now? The pack? The one with Unagast and Eorden? Never heard that idiotic name in my life. Oh, sorry, maybe I've made a mistake. We were called the Undying Fist, because that's not idiotic at all. Now that's a whole lot better of a name. You're damn right it is. That's because I came up with it. Everybody loved it. No idea why Unagast lied to you like that. I'm sure he was just jealous of your creativity. Ha, of course he was. And not only about that. Anyway, I'd love to hear some stories about my uncle and the pack's adventures together. That's an amazing coincidence, because I would love to spend my time telling the old tales by the crackling fire. Oh my, really? No! Leave my property and forget where it is. I love this guy. Oh, come on, it'll only take a moment. A moment of a moment, really. Just tell me, what was my uncle like? How did you become part of the Undying Fist? And, what did you do exactly as the pack? You don't know what we did? Unagast didn't get to that part yet. Alright, but be quiet and try to be less annoying. Where should I begin? Right, it all started when Eorden left his home. He was 18 at the time, if I recall correctly. That clever bastard was always too big of a fish for his own birthplace, and he knew that. Left as soon as he could. But the cleverness at such a young age always means two things, being arrogant and hot-headed. His plan was to set out on big adventure. That's it. Pretty detailed, huh? A path like that is paved with skeletons of young idiots. But none of them was Eorden. Either way, he was wandering for days. Days soon turned into weeks, and his rations into dust. He was useless as a hunter, back then at least. So berries and mushrooms was all he could get, so obviously he needed some coins. He came across a manor with orchards so vast they seemed like an ocean. Eorden managed to find some work there. A week of back-breaking labor had passed. His hands were covered in blisters, skin red from the scorched sun, knees pulsating from pain. I must say you're really an amazing storyteller. I wasn't expecting that. Shut up! Do you want me to finish? Where was I? Oh, right. He was exhausted from all the strenuous work he'd done. Went to the Lord's Manor with a smile on his face to collect the payment. His stomach was already full with fantasies about the delicious treats he was dreaming of buying, and all that was ruined by the hand of the Lord holding a couple of lousy coins. Eorden was furious. That was merely a fraction of the pay he was supposed to acquire. He started shouting at the Lord, demanding justice. Peasants were just flies to the Lord, disgusting, replaceable insects. And what do you do with a fly that buzzes much too loudly? Both the Lord's palms struck Eorden's ears with the strength of an ox. Eorden fell to the ground stunned, and the Lord's guards threw him out of the manor like garbage, stealing that few pathetic coins while doing so, I might add. It wasn't until evening when Eorden regained his hearing, and with it came a fervent thought of revenge. Your uncle was quite a capable fighter when I met him 10 years later, but he wasn't back then. He knew the guards would massacre him if he only came close, so he needed to find another way to fulfill his vengeance. Eorden was always ambitious, but that hatred fueled him like nothing before. What happened next? What came later was me becoming bored of this conversation. Go away. No way, you can't leave me like this. I can do whatever I want. Scram! I have things to do. Screw your things! Huh, you really do have Eorden's blood in you. You're right, screw my things. They're your things to do now. What do you mean? I mean, I'll finish the damn story when you do what I tell you to, understood? Just say what needs to be done, you won't regret it. Here, grab this shovel. It's a piece of crap, but it'll do. There are clay deposits behind my house. Go there and dig up some clay for me. Clay? What's your pressing need? Have you a pottery addiction or something? First of all, I don't need to explain myself to you, child. Secondly, it's for medical purposes, and that's the answer that will fully satisfy you. Got it? Whatever you say. I really like Sambor. Oh, that story gets so much better. The second half is definitely worth it. I wouldn't mind getting us some extra clay for when we actually unlock the Herbalist Hut 2, because we're going to need clay vials for that. probably not a bad idea to have some on hand. Now, I did read, I don't know if it's true or not, but I did read that these figurines that you find back here by the clay deposits, apparently if you talk to him with one in your inventory, he will give you a different quest. So we're going to test that. I don't know if it's true or not, or if it made it into the full release of the game, but we'll check it out. So in Season 1, we grabbed them all and just sold them, because it turns out that these figurines are different than the ones that we found. Got blown up after deploying a satellite near a station, the minus 15 rep ones. Is that normal or a bug? Didn't see any ships in sight. That's kind of weird. I wonder, it's best to deploy deployables in remotely by commanding a different pilot to do it for you. Particularly the mines. If you try to deploy mines out of your ship, they will almost always kill you. They blow up when they encounter your hitbox, even as they're leaving it. So the best way to do it is sit out of sector yourself and have one of your other pilots command them through the map and have them deploy it where you want it. That's the easiest way to do it. And if you're feeling particularly lazy and you don't want to be locked to the pilot chair, so you don't want to deal with the autopilot, you can actually stand on the bridge of one of your ships, provided you have a pilot on that ship, and you can send it commands and just basically ride along for free while standing on the bridge, watching out the window. Sambor! Here's that clay you wanted. Will you finish the story now? Alright. So as I've already said, Eorden wasn't much of a fighter back then. He didn't have any money nor connections, but he had one thing. An unusual ability, you see. From an early age, Eorden was exceptionally good liar. No sweaty palms, no voice cracks, no tells really. Calm, steady breaths, eye contact, held all the way. He eventually managed to handle any kind of pressure, even in the craziest situations, but it wasn't that at first. He felt no pressure lying, no stress at all. It was natural for him as breathing. He had absolutely no remorse. He came up with a plan so immensely moronic and unrealistic that it's hard to believe it worked so perfectly. At first, he convinced the nearby town's tailor to sew him a whole new set of clothes, worthy of the most wealthy nobleman, the finest of fabrics, silken threads, you name it, horrendously expensive. So how did he manage to afford it, you might ask? It's simple. He didn't pay for it. So he stole it. I said no such thing. Eorden wasn't a thief. Not in the traditional meaning of the word, at least. Apart from that, did I finish the damn story? Ahem. While we were waiting for his new clothes, he traveled to the castle of the king of the realm and entered it. Okay, now I know you're making all this up. That's simply impossible. You're absolutely right, it is. It's mad to even consider trying to pull that off. But Eorden, he just walked straight in. I don't blame you for doubting me. Damn, I would have been the first to doubt a thing like that if I didn't see him doing it hundreds of times later with my own eyes. Anyway, he walked right into the castle, and once he was there, he followed through with his plan, which was betting his wife. Whose wife? The king's. The king's wife? Mm-hmm. So the queen. Indeed. So let me get this straight. The plan was to get into the castle and lay with the queen. Exactly that. You were right. That's the most absurdly idiotic plan I've ever heard of. I told you, but it worked like a charm. I still don't get it. What worked? What was accomplished by that? After the lovemaking, he dressed up, deliberately leaving his undergarments on the bedside. He told the queen he'll be right back with some refreshments. Then he went to one of the king's guards and told him that he saw the queen with the company of a strange man sneaking into one of the chambers. The guard rushed in and witnessed the queen naked in bed with man's clothes right next to her. As a loyal servant, the guard reported on the matter directly to the king himself, who, as you can probably imagine, became furious to say the least. He didn't really punish his wife. That would have been bad for his reputation. But he could pursue her lover. Unfortunately for him, at this point, Eorden was long gone from the castle, riding a beautiful bay mare he borrowed from the stable at sunset. I still don't get it. You see, the king didn't catch the filthy seducer, but it didn't mean he couldn't track him down and find him. To do so, the only track he could follow was the one that Eorden left behind, except his undergarments and a pleasurable memory for the queen, his name. Not his real name, of course. The name he used when introducing himself to the queen was the Lord of the Orchards. Precisely. Now you get it. Incredible. The Lord's head must have left the company of his body pretty promptly. He didn't get killed. That wouldn't be Eorden's style. The queen begged for his life to be spared, so the king threw him in the dungeon, where he spent all the days he had left. Eorden was amazing. All that with just the power of his wits and his speech. He surely showed the Lord that he shouldn't have wronged him. Don't get the wrong idea about his reasons. Eordan didn't get through all of that just because of what the Lord did to him. You see, the Lord was a cruel, merciless brute. He mistreated all of his subjects, killed for fun, did things for sport. People used to call him Laundryman because one of his habits was drowning his bastards in the lake right after birth, like unwanted kittens. Wow, that is just an unpleasant picture. Eordan needed to stop him, and he did, but that's not the end of the story. After the Lord's capture, somebody had to take his place. He didn't have any rightful successors, but then with just an uncannily perfect timing, came a distant cousin of the Lord's, a charming young man with 2 different eyes. You have to be kidding me. He easily acquired all possessions of his sentenced relative, but Eordan didn't want any of that, not for himself. So he took only 3 bags of coins from the treasury and left everything else in the hands of the peasants. They were elated. He's still probably worshipped there. I can tell you that. Oh, and one more thing. Why 3 bags, you might ask? That's easy. 1 for the tailor, another one for the stableman that he took the horse from, and the last one for himself, with the exact amount of coins he was rightfully supposed to earn for his work at the orchard. I told you Eordan wasn't a thief. And that was it. He mounted his beautiful mare and left the realm, continuing his adventures. At least that's the story he used to tell us. Nothing of it may be true at all, but that's just how it was with Eordan. I can't believe you're talking about my uncle. My mother used to portray him as a simple merchant. Successful, but normal. Yeah, I was wondering if actually... Oh, Jesus. Apparently my words don't work anymore. I was wondering if he actually was mortal many times. Well, now we know. But wait, you didn't tell me what was the purpose of the Undying Fist. Grammar is a little shaky here. Oh, I thought it would be obvious now. On that day, Eordan's mission was born. He knew that the spoiled, rotten elites that were scattered around the world, draining the life and dignity of the hard-working, simple people, and that he was capable of stopping them to some extent, at least. So that's exactly what he started doing, overthrowing corrupted lords and giving back to the community. He sounds like a hero, a true hero. Well, it wasn't like, well, I guess you could say that. So how did you join the pack? Eordan was working solo until he met Unagast. That rat's agile fingers could work where Eordan's tongue didn't, and then they needed someone with other talents they were lacking, like strength, manliness, bravery, independence, gallantry, integrity. Right, I think I get the picture. So they recruited the best there was. I was between jobs at the moment, so I gave them a chance. And finally the pack started really make a difference. But I don't like to brag. Oh yes, I noticed, humble to the bone. Thank you for noticing. Most people at my level don't need to boast about our skills. Just like the sun doesn't need to prove it's bright. Anyhow, I already spoke more words to you than I did in the last 5 years to anybody, so it's time for you to go, and preferably don't come back. Ever. It was a great pleasure and a true honor. Yeah, I don't care. Leave now. And in return for giving away my location, deliver this delicious meal to Unagast. It's his favorite, a knuckle sandwich. You want me to hit him in the face? Did I stutter? No, sir. Of course, sir. I'm on my way, sir. Now, last time we just told Unagast that he wanted us to hit him in the face. I don't remember if there was an option to actually hit him in the face or not, but if there is, I'm gonna do it. Wait, why aren't we headed west? We need to be headed south. That's a piggy. Hey, piggy, piggy. Alright, there's leather on hooves. Oh, something else to keep in mind, Stesso, is, the Duke's Buccaneers are -15 by default. You can't really raise your rep with them except through a specific quest during the Paranid quest line. But, if you put any satellites in any systems near them, they will automatically attack them regardless. Even though nobody else will attack your stuff at -15, they always will. They won't go out of their way to go after your ships. Their marauders will, like normal pirates, but they won't go out of their way to go after like your miners and things. But they will blow up your satellites. Hey Nathan Jones, what's going on, man? I suppose I didn't need to say your last name. Whee! Let's get something to eat here. Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe just keep an eye on it. It might be best to raise reputation before you try again, though. Well, hello again. I don't know if Unagast will let us talk to him at night or not. It might tell us that he's too busy for us, or whatever it is that they tell us when we try to talk to him at night. Nope, it's going to let us do it. It's always nice to see you, Racer. Unagast, hello, I've talked with Sambor. He's a real sweetheart, isn't he? The sweetest, like a jar of honey. That's Sambar for you. I see, he did tell me about my uncle, though, the story about the Lord of the Orchards. He has some unexpectedly good storytelling skills, doesn't he? Yes, he really does. I was downright astonished by that. One time, I swear, he went for over a year without speaking a single word. And when we were sitting by the fire, he remembered some anecdote, laughed out loud, and began his tale. Went from a total mute to a master of ceremonies. The narrative was so gripping, it was hard not to listen. He even did voices. But after finishing, he became silent again, and I've never really understood that side of him. A theater genius trapped in the body of a bear wrestler. He actually asked me to give you something. Oh, it's not going to let us actually punch him. Man. Yeah, that sounds exactly like Sambor. So are you going to deliver? Can't. I'm afraid I've lost it somewhere on the way, or do you want me to? It's not going to let us punch him. I'm going to say I lost it somewhere along the way. Smart lad. But if he asks, I'll tell him you knocked me out cold, just out of curiosity. What did Sambar tell you about him becoming part of the pack? He said that you were looking for the best to recruit and that he was the obvious choice. Yep, that seems like something he would say. Well, he was clearly full of crap. It's not a pleasant memory, but I believe you deserve to know the whole story. We didn't recruit him. Well, I guess we did. Jordan did. But that wasn't a matter of choice. When Jordan and I started to follow his mission together, we were rather successful. Everything was going smoothly. Too easy, even. We were doing a lot of good. Putting many well-deserved smiles on oppressed faces. That was when we let our guard down. There was a secret guild formed by a few of the higher-ranking knights and barons. We called them the Vendors. Bunch of really heartless bastards. Their most lucrative business was selling living merchandise. And no, I'm not talking about animals. Please don't say it. It was strictly forbidden in the realm. The queen was adamant about that. Well, the Vendors had their own set of rules to follow. They caged them like cattle. Mostly women and children. Forced them to fight rats for the poor little rations that they were being given from the damp dungeon they were held in. The guild preferred quantity over quality, so they didn't care about diseases. They didn't tend to wounds. I think I'm going to be sick. Sometimes it took them weeks to get the dead ones out of the cage. Survival of the fittest, or rather outlasting of the least fortunate. It was simply horrible, if you ask me. All of the damned guild deserved a cruel and slow death, but that wasn't how we operated. Jordan made it very clear from day one that we were never to take a life. That was his most important rule. Anyway, we managed to get everyone out. The carriage is full of broken people. Even the horses kept their heads low, mourning. The despair in the air was more poisonous than the stench of rotting flesh. And in all that, we forgot to make ourselves safe as well. We were caught by one of the merchants who brought us to the torture chamber. Yeah, this gruesome place had an even worse room hidden inside. Unbelievable. The Vendors weren't in their patient mood, so they sent their worst torturer right away. I was horror-struck, truly petrified. Could barely breathe. Jordan didn't say a word, just looked at me. His eyes were relaxed but focused. I realized he wanted me to be calm as well, but I just couldn't. He went first. The torturer strapped Jordan to a chair and just started swinging. His fists were like anvils. Every hit drew blood or broke bones. It was a matter of seconds. Jordan's face looked like a bloody pulp. The only thing poking through it was a smile. It was one of the many times I wondered if he was even human. The torturer quickly realized that he needed different tools for such a unique specimen, and went to grab his blades. That's when Eordan started talking. He was making him offers, one after the other. The torturer just kept carving his torso. It was like he was preparing a steak to be grilled. There was so much blood I could taste it in my mouth. I wanted to pass out, just run away from all of that, but I couldn't. My heart was pounding way too fast. That's horrible. Suddenly, the torturer stopped. He looked at me and looked back at Eordan. This was the only thing he said. If you're lying, you're going to watch me do the same to him. I was about to puke, but Eordan just nodded. So he untied us both and helped us escape. There were more mercenaries on our way, heavily armed. No one stopped us. Even they were terrified of that guy. We managed to get out in one piece. Well, we managed to get out alive. Eordan's wounds wouldn't heal for weeks, and even after that he was scarred so badly he looked like he had chainmail stitched to his skin. Jesus. But we had escaped death, and its emissary became one of us. It was Sambor. Yes. Now I understand why Sambor didn't want to tell the truth. It sounds absolutely horrid. To be honest, the nightmares of that night never stopped. How could you want a person like that amongst your troop? You think I wanted that cutthroat anywhere near me? I couldn't get a wink of sleep with him around for days. I was constantly watching my back, watching his every move. So why didn't you blow him off? That simple. Eordan made a deal with him, promised him the only thing that mattered to that brute, which was money. A whole lot more than what the guild was paying him, and a cut from every heist that we did. But couldn't you just pay him off or run away? That's not the way Eordan did things. He was a master liar, but when he gave someone his word for real, he never backed down. Besides, as we later found out, Sambor wasn't evil in his nature. He was just a true soldier. He did what was asked of him. Eordan spent hours talking with him, explaining the rules of our conduct. Sambor never broke any of them. Not once. That's incredible. Your lives, I mean. I don't think I would be able to handle all of that. I'm not the... Oh. Honestly, I hope you will never have to. I've been through a lot, and after all of the years, the thing I wish you the most is to have a long, boring, steady life. I'm not the type of person to get bored. There's always something to do. I'm glad to hear that. Then my next request won't be boring to you at all. Sure thing, what do you need? I need you to go to Borowo, find Ida, and get my scythe back from her. Consider it done. That was a horrendous story. Wow. They really put a lot of work into the storylines in this game, though. The first couple of times that I played through it back before it was fully released, the stories were not nearly as well fleshed out. Alright, we're going to play her riddle game again. Hello, do I know you? Hello, Ida, I'm here for Unagoth's scythe. Take a hike, kid, I want it fair and square. 1. Ah, that little snake didn't even tell you about that, huh? That figures. I don't know what you mean, he only wanted me to get his scythe back. It's my scythe now. Okay, relax. What do I do to get your scythe, then? You can buy it from me, of course. Or we could play for it. What's the game? The same that made Unagoth lose all of his money and a scythe. Haha. The game is riddles. How's it played? Simple. I tell you 3 riddles. You must answer all of them correctly. One mistake and the game is over. You win, you get the scythe. And if I lose, I'll go easy on you this time, but if you lose, you don't owe me anything. You just forfeit the chance of getting the scythe for free. Alright, hit me with the riddles. First one, what disappears the second you say its name? Dust, little girl, tree, wind, silence. 5. Correct. Ready for the next one? Here it is. Feed me and I live, yet give me a drink and I die. What am I? Fire. That one was easy. Oh, you're good. Better than Mr. Big Castellan already. But can you get this final one? Listen carefully. I can fly but have no wings. I can cry but have no eyes. Wherever I go, darkness follows me. What am I? I think a cloud. I think it's a cloud. What do you guys think? It's definitely not an onion. It's not a forest. Forests don't cry. Could be imagination, I suppose, depending on your sort of imagination, but that doesn't really make sense. A crow has eyes, so that one's out. I'm leaning towards either a cloud or trouble. Probably a cloud. Cloud? Let's do cloud. Damn, you're sharp. Congratulations. You won an old man's crappy scythe. It doesn't get any better than that. Thank you for the game. I had fun. Take care. I do enjoy riddles. They're usually fun. I have to be in the mood for them, though. Unagast, you back already? Hey, Unagast, I've got your scythe. Splendid. Were there any troubles on the way? Not at all. Good lad. I have news. Sambor is looking for you. For me, are you sure? I've been told he asked for the one with the funny eyes and the stupid face. I see. Okay, then I won't prolong his humiliation and go find him. Well, we may as well go talk to him. There's not a whole lot going on in winter. We are on the last day of winter, so that's nice. You guys wouldn't happen to be extractors, would you? No, and yes.
Hail, friend.
Alright, now all we need is a mail extractor, and we are ready when the mine opens. Oh, hey, a camp. Well, that was anticlimactic. Ooh, a bow. Please don't be stone arrows. Bronze arrows. Excellent. And an iron arrow. Wooden cup. We can take that and sell it. Flour. Oh, oh, oh. What are you? Meat bottle. I was hoping it'd be wine or beer or something. So that stuff sells pretty well. I think that's it. I don't think we got any real tools out of this one. I guess the bow and the arrows will have to count as tools. What type of bow did we actually get? Oh, it was a new recurve bow. Excellent. Let's actually equip that one since it has less durability than ours. And we'll save ours for when this one breaks. Hello, wolf. Oh, there's another one. There's usually more than one wolf. There might be 3. Yep. Oh no. Okay, we're good. Uh-oh, we got somebody missing a tool. So we had 3, but we knew about those. Those have been pretty steady. But we just had a 4th one show up. So let's see what we're missing. That is, those are people. Extraction. Woodshed. Needs an axe. That is a problem. How far are we from our northern storage? We are a ways away from that. Crap. I think that's our firewood grouping too. That's not good. Well, let's go hit up Sambor and then we can address the axe situation. I meant to make some more bronze tools for them today, I just didn't think that we needed them that soon. What's up, Sambor? What took you so long? Hello, I've heard you were looking for me. You need to kill it. What are you talking about? The blasted owl, of course. Can't you hear it? What owl? I don't hear anything. Are you deaf? How can you not hear it? I can't stand it. Try and calm down and describe the problem to me. I can't sleep because of that damn bird. It hoots and hoots and hoots, and I want it dead. Why can't you deal with it yourself? I don't hunt anymore. Are you serious? You literally live in a hunting lodge. I didn't build this place. The hunter died a while ago, and I just took it. I like it. At least I did before the bloody owl showed up. If you don't mind me asking. I do mind you asking. Do you buy your meat now? I don't see you keeping any animals. Listen to me, you little brat. I don't have to explain myself to you. Not now and not ever. But if it will make you shut up, no, I don't buy any meat. Lately, I tend to eat mostly vegetables and grains. That's exactly what my food eats. Oh, man. I have actually made that statement. Damn, you're so annoying. During my life, I did some things. Bad things. Things that shouldn't be done. I think he meant not by me, not by anyone. It changed when I met your uncle. He helped me atone, at least in some way. So when our ways parted, I made a promise to myself. No more violence, no more blood on my hands. But if you keep getting on my nerves, I may just revoke my promise. Do you want that? Excuse me, dear sir. I have an owl to hunt. And now as soon as you turn around, we shoot you in the back of the head. I mean, let's go get that owl. Go away, I'm working. What are you doing out here? None of your business. Oh, I believe it is. You're the damned owl, aren't you? No idea what you're talking about, mate. I'd leave if I were you. Do you even know what you're doing? Yeah, earning the easiest coins in my life. That's all that matters to me. Oh, really? Well, I've just been sent to kill this noisy owl. You trying to threaten me? Be very careful of your next words. Not at all. It's not me you should be afraid of, but my employer. Yeah, and who's that supposed to be? Sambor. Well, I don't know any Wait, did you say Sambor? That's right. Listen, man, I don't want any trouble. I was just hired to come in here from time to time and pretend to be an owl. I had no idea who was crossing your boss. I'll leave and never come back. Please, just let me be. Nah, we'll just have him tell us who hired him. I'm not going to blackmail him. It was Woolred. He lives in the place called Tukti. That's all I know, I swear. I believe you, and I hope I won't regret that, because if I do, you won't. That's the truth. I'll never come back here again. Alright, then. Oh, those are theft. I was going to get some free planks. Wait, what kind of axe is that? Oh, it's a stone one. That's not even worth stealing. And I took care of your owl. Is it dead? No, but it's gone and won't come back. He? I know that it will sound mental, but it wasn't really an owl. It was a man hired to pretend to be one. What are you talking about? That's absurd. Believe me, I know. He was supposedly hired by a man called Woolred. Do you know him? That son of a bitch? You really got me. So you do? Of course I know him. He was one of us. Really? The owl said he lives in a place called Tukti. Yes, it's not far from here. He lives there with his family, selling donkeys. I've bought donkeys from him, then. I guess it fits, seeing as he was always an ass. I would love to meet him. And you will, because you're going to deliver a parcel to him for me. Let me guess, is it another knuckle sandwich? Nope, this time it's a real gift. And what's that? A special surprise, but you need to come back later. I need some time to prepare it. Actually, come back tomorrow. It'll make it grander. Alright, see you tomorrow. This is the one where in Season 1 I said, it's poop, isn't it? It's gotta be poop. And it turned out it was. I mean, that description, it's straight up, like, you know it's gonna be poop. We might want to be a little careful. I think there's some Winston up in here. Or not. Maybe just foxes. It might be a little bit more south for the Winston. Alright, well, I was gonna say let's at least throw some stone axes in there, but we do have a forge right here. We could actually make them real axes, bronze axes, and call it good. So let's do that. I believe it's 4 of these apiece, so let's take 12? No, let's take 16. And then we will take 4 logs. I think it's logs. I really hope it's logs and not sticks. I am working off of memory here, so Lord only knows. Yeah, it was logs. Wouldn't it be nice if you could actually blacksmith stuff, only hitting it once or twice with a hammer? There'd be a lot more blacksmiths. Alright, let's fix our arrows. There we go. Alright, I believe we already hit up the mine for winter. I'm almost positive we already did the mine for winter. Yes, we did. So let us... You know what we could do? We could go back to Baranica and then hit Branica and see if there's a male extractor available. Because that'll give us our 6th for the mine. So at that point all we have to do is actually unlock it. And it is our next unlock. We are less than 1,000 away. 800 and some change. Unfortunately, that's not going to give us iron right away. I mean, it'll give us access to iron right away, but we won't be able to actually refine the iron, so it's not going to be a thing that we do straight away. Male extractor, please. 1, 2. No such luck. Check Branica. And we can check Tukdi and then head south. To home. Once we get the mine up, we will set up some people for production in our forges to make the bronze tools that people are using, because at that point we will be able to replenish bronze regardless of day. It's like right now we can only do it once a season, but that'll allow us to get a daily constant income of the stuff. Alright, we got 2 males, we might get lucky here. Extraction? No. No. Of course not. It was too generous the last couple of episodes, so this time it's going to be stingy. Can't let us have what we want every time. Only 2 people here. Here's hoping one's male. They are both female, it looks like. Yep. Unfortunate. Now, we can check out over here in Rolnica. I think we may have already, but it can't hurt to try. It's a little too early to go to bed anyway. Yeah, I feel like we've already been here. It's hard to tell, though, because we've been through here so many times that I don't remember what was which season. No, there's a male extractor.
Hail, friend.
Wait, are you a male? His voice is, like, super quiet. I think he's a male. Oh, well, if I hit the right button. There we go. And there we have it. There's all 6 of our people for the mine once we get it unlocked. We are ready to fully populate it. Now, if we head south through here, we might encounter some wolves, which would be nice to get some free hunting XP. There's some badgers. There's some deer. That's... it's hard, because deer are better financially for us than wolves, but wolves are more experience, so you kinda... It's really hard to not get excited about either one, to be completely honest. Oh. It was perfectly fine with us until it wasn't. It didn't even look at us. Oh, that's a lynx. That sounded like a wolf. I think it was a fox. The foxes sound very similar to wolves in this game. There's a lot of deer over here. I don't remember there being this many. I thought there were only like 1 or 2. Hey, there's a hunting level. Oh, right. What are we gonna do? Oh, we get 2 points. Okay, so we did steady hand because I'm a terrible shot, and we did tracker, which lets us see. As much as I would love to do predator to move faster while sneaking, I think we want to go with careful hunter so we can get more resources from animals. So we're at 30%. Next level we'll get 50% more resources, which is going to mean more leather, so every kill is worth more money. Ah. I was impatient. And it cost me the shot. Can we get our buck? We never did see the wolves. Oh, that's the wolf. Right up there behind the buck. Right? Yeah, there he is. So we went a little too far south. I would love to get this doe, too. Perfect. Just gotta watch out for his wolfy friends. Gotta love some free hunting. Winter's really the best time for it. The animals are much easier to see with the snow backdrop, and you have less requirements on the home front, so you have more time to do things like wander through the woods looking for animals. I mean, when you need them, you need them, but winter is much easier hunting. For me, anyway. Alrighty. That's almost 200 meat that we cleared. Which is way more than we really need. But, all of that leather is going to go to making shoes for sale. They've got to be selling the shoes on. There's no way that this valley is using as many shoes as we're producing. When you take, 45 shoes each season to sell, I don't even think there's 45 people in the game outside of our village. Because most of the villages only have like 10 or 12 people. If that. Alright, what do we have for eggs? Oh, we got 10. Excellent. Let's put one back. So we're going to be able to craft 3. So we are going to grab 2 bowls because we need to eat, which will eliminate one, which will give us 1 bowl. So that should see us even without any empty bowls to put back. Ah, she just left the kitchen for the day, but left all of the fires lit. Oh, there we go. Just, nope, done for the day, clocking out. Place burns down overnight, not my problem. There we go. Alright. So it is going to shift season, which is going to be a huge durability hit to everything that we've got food-wise. So we're going to put our scrambled eggs away and then grab them back out in the morning. That way they don't take as much of a hit. And we do have some other things that we're going to sell. So we're going to go ahead and put our flour, deer skull... No, not the flour we want. For the stuff that we're going to sell as is, we're going to go ahead and throw on donkey for now. On donkey, on the horse. Speaking of, has anybody come up with a good name for the horse? If anybody has any ideas for a good name for the horse, please do not be afraid to put them forward. I would like to get several ideas and maybe do another vote. And we will name the horse. I think it'll be fun. Steve? A horse named Steve. Okay, well. That's an option. I was hoping that we would get some people, because I made mention when we got the horse and nobody commented, so I'm hoping that we can get some multiple options. If we don't hear anything in the next couple of days, he'll probably be named Steve, because that's the only recommendation I've had so far. Alright, so there's 27 shoes. We can probably snag ourselves some vials too. That's not a terrible idea. We should have some planks in here. Yep. Alright. Then we've got our scythe, so we're ready to go. Are you gonna equip it? There we go. So let's go ahead and crash. Aww. And happy spring, everybody. How much do we owe in taxes? Oh, wow, an event! A mysterious man came to your village. He claims that he knows a lot about wilderness and can teach you and your folks for some golden coins. Well, unfortunately, all of the coins that we have are silver, sir. Or at least the icon is. I would love to get some hunting skill levels. Our survival skill level's too high. He can't teach us anything about survival. Yeah, let's go ahead and, so that cost us 1,000 coins, but we got 500 XP in hunting, which is quite a lot. Especially since we don't hunt over much. That's usually our lowest level. Was that enough to give us a... Ooh. What's that? Oh. So let's go to our skills. We did just level. I think that's what's going on here. Wait, it said 500 XP. We're at 500 XP. Does that zero out every time that you level up? That might be a thing. I don't know if it does or not. It would explain why we have just over 500 XP, but... Alright, we're supposed to go back to Sambor for his quest, but we got stuff to do in the village first. Alright, taxes. How did our taxes come out? Looks like we owe... 3,500. That's quite a lot for year... What are we on? Year 3? Year 4. Okay, that's not too bad for year 4. I have a favor to ask you. Could you take this money to the Castellan to pay our taxes? Excellent.
Have a good day.
Taxes are paid. Let's make sure that we don't have the King's Herald, because we missed him last time. It looks like we do not. We do have a quest in the village, but we'll worry about that after the field. Because if I keep getting sidetracked, we're never going to get the oats harvested. I'm expecting them, because we grabbed all of the scythes, to not... They're going to bitch that they don't have any tools. But they might try to get started based on what they have left from last season. I just took this dude out at the knees with a scythe, and he does not seem to care. So we do know that we have at least one field that they're not going to be able to get to. Unless we clear all of them for them. But I'm hoping that by grabbing all of the scythes, we can scam our way into all of the rye, so that we get more for our crafting and selling. At least that's the plan. Whether or not it goes according to plan is up in the air, but I feel like they're getting a late start. Usually they'd already be complaining. Oh, nope, they are doing stuff. I think. The ones for the regular workers already popped up, so I'm surprised the ones for the farmers haven't yet. which means that they're either already starting to harvest or have not gotten to the field yet. Nah, I hear him working. So they're going to harvest some of the rye. It's not a huge deal. We just get double what they do. I wonder if you can use the scythes as weapons. Do they have damage on them? They do! 40 damage. Alright, so next season our trees should be fully grown. So that is a year and a season. We do seem to have gotten everything so far. Yeah, he's going to get a couple of lines, but that's alright. That's not a huge deal. She's going to get quite a bit more out of that other field, on account of she has a higher skill level than he does, and we've been going... Ah, there's our fold! We just got access to wool, guys. That is a game changer. Now we're going to be making absurd amounts of money. Kind of surprised she's overworking on this field and not the other one. Why is nobody working on field 2? Right? Well, we made it over halfway in season 1 and we kind of rushed the end of that one, so it's entirely possible. So why in farming? There's people in both farm sheds, so why is nobody working on field 2 over there? Oh, he is. I can hear him. He must just be, like, down low so we can't see him. Hey, they actually got the order right this time. She's going first because she moves faster than him. So hopefully he won't be able to catch up to her and stop partway through like they did last time when he was in front. Because, yeah, she's gonna go faster than him. I hope. Because I know the hoeing is a little bit faster than the fertilizing for them. So maybe he might still catch up, but it's less likely with her being the faster from being higher rank. Oh wow, are we actually out of scythes? Yes, we are. Noted. I don't know, she's 2 full rows ahead of him. She might be fine. So if I recall correctly, we need sticks, logs, and bronze for these. So we're going to take out another 16. Which is going to be 4 logs. And I'm not sure how many sticks, so we're just going to grab a fistful. That's probably not enough. It's probably like 10 or some such. There we go. That gives us 48, so if that's not enough, then, yeah.
How can I help you?
I need you to move. Thank you. Bronze tools. Scythes. Nope, it was 1. Of course it was one. Alright, after this we'll be able to see if we can get the fold to fit where I left room for it or not. I hope it fits, I really do. I'm going to be very disappointed with our animal pen area if it doesn't. But I figure since we'll be visiting them daily, if not every other day, to harvest the sheep. Or was it seasonal? It's either seasonal or daily, I don't remember. But we will be visiting them frequently to harvest the sheep on top of them harvesting the sheep. So, and that means that one of the people can come out of the barn. Oh, that's only too wide. Let's hit it from this side so that we can get more of a reach. There you go, buddy. Oh, the horse is overloaded. Alright, now we want to make sure that we set all three of these fields to, what's it? Flax. So we should have more than enough animal feed off of this harvest because we kept back all of our oats from last time. That we should have more than enough to keep ourselves going on animal feed throughout this year. So this will be the off year where we don't grow oats. And hopefully I don't regret that decision later. Alright. Wow. Okay. We actually have too much for him to move. So let's drop like half of it on him. This is going to be intense. You still 2 rows ahead of him? Not quite. You better speed up there, lady. He might wind up catching up to her anyway. Okay, so we had 433 oats in here. We definitely have more rye than oats, but that was expected. There we go. No, he's gonna catch her. Even though she's faster, he's still gonna catch her. How are we doing on money? Oh, we've got over 60,000 already. We are in fantastic shape. Just absolutely fantastic shape. Okay, and then our straw. So we want... Did I leave enough oats out for seeding? That's the real question here. Oats, 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 oats. LMNO. Oats. 55. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay, so we can use all of the oats in here. Oops. But I also need to pull out 310 of the rye so that we don't accidentally use that for flour, and we have enough to plant again next season, or next year rather. Do we have any rye left over? Because we might still... We do. 22 of it. You know what, we'll put 315 in there. It's not going to hurt anything. Alright, so the rest of this is either going to go to animal feed. Yeah, that's 400 animal feed. If that doesn't last us till next year, then we have a problem. Okay. Oh, hey, farming level. That means faster mounts. Or at least something with our mount. Okay, so our speed's already capped, which means now we're going to go for carrot and the stick, which will increase the mount's carry weight. That's huge. So then our last two levels will be another point here, which will give us 30 kilograms instead of 20, and then 1 into more crops from the orchard. So let's go ahead and drop this straw. Oh, we used almost all the straw. I'm impressed. Let's drop the rye grain, because we need it in here anyway. Oh. Oh my. Alright, then we're going to have to make 2 trips for the animal feed, too. That's 80 kilograms worth of animal food. May as well throw the straw in here while we're here. Oh, we were getting kind of low on feed. So that influx came in just the right time. Hey, you, clear off.
How's life treating you?
Oh, man. That's going to be 1,500 flour. 1,800 flour. Yeesh. Alright, how many water buckets do we have here? We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's good enough. Oh no.
Hello.
Uh-oh. We can only refill 8 of them? That's odd. Oh, one of them's got 2. Okay. There we go. Now we have 9 of them, so that should work out evenly every time. So it's going to make 30 now? Yep. So there's 10 water per bucket, and it uses 3 water per flatbread. That's why grabbing 10 buckets last time left us with an odd one out. I'm so excited for the fold. That's going to be huge. Oh man, we still have 1,000 flour left. This is going to be a lot of flatbread to sell at 80 apiece. How much are we up to? We're already at 118 of them. So that means that our flax harvest, we are not just going to completely clean out the flax this time. We're going to keep the flax for quite a while, because we need to mix it with wool. So we will clean out what flax we have left right before the next flax harvest. So basically at the end of each spring, we will do what we normally do at the beginning of summer. I guess we will still be doing it at the beginning of summer. It will just be, we'll basically be skipping one summer and doing it after that every summer. Because we don't want to use all of our flax at the beginning of the year and then have a bunch of wool build up that we can't do anything with. We want to use the wool as it comes out, ideally. Alright. Would you stop?
Friend?
I'm about to fire you until I'm done with this. Alright, so there's only 172 flour left. This should be our last trip. Yeah, I hear you, horse. I don't even think it's going to be 30. No, it's only 21 for the last trip. So let's see how we come out of this. We came out of this with 229 flatbread. You know what I forgot? All of the rye that Dude collected. Yeah, there's another 252 rye in here. Which is going to give us another 250 flour. Jeez. Once we get the windmill, instead of making 5, it'll make 10.
I'm treating you.
So that's going to double the amount of flour that we get for that. I'm honestly surprised that we did not get a production tech upgrade, to be completely honest. I don't know, how much flour do we have left? 22. We do have enough for one last run for a couple more cakes. Or breads. Alright, now we only have 6 flour left. Alright, and where are our empty buckets? Wooden buckets, anyone? There's only 3. Oh my, we broke all the buckets. Well, at least they held out long enough for the crafting. We are going to have to make at least 10 more buckets. Which I think is 10 logs. That is not going to be a problem. We have 500 logs. Oh boy. I think our log problems are over. There we go. Now as those last couple of buckets break, because most of them were on their last legs too, she's got several more to fill. And we have 260 flatbread to sell off, which is fantastic. Which, there's a lot more leather again. Alright, let's go make tons of money. And buy some sheepies. Oh, we should probably build the fold. Blah. We should probably build the fold before we leave. That way we can buy the sheep once we get around to, not Tukti, but the next town over. Okay, here's hoping it fits in that corner that we set aside for it. Hey, look, there's no pigs in it this time. Oh, it does fit! Yay! I didn't screw it up! Alright. 10 stones, a crap ton of logs, some sticks, and some straw. Like a glove, he says. I don't know about that well, but it did actually fit pretty well. It's got a little bit of give to either side, so it's not as tight as I would have liked to have made it, but I'll take it. Nope, that is too many logs. Well, we can put the flatbread in there for a minute. That'll let us move. Not well. So let's grab one of those weight potions, which is, you know, the whole reason we have them. There we go. Still moving kind of slow, but at least we're moving. I forgot to grab the straw, didn't I? I always forget something. Looks like 36 straw, and we will have our fold. Then we can pull one of the ladies out of the barn. and be good to go. Well, apparently it was 32. I can't count. So, management, barn. One of the people is already out of the barn. That's not good. What about dude over here? We could take... Oh, you know what? Let's put her in the... I really like having her as a farmer with that 6 skill. She moves faster, but she'll get us more wool. Yeah, let's move her. Because the wool's going to make us more money than the crops are, so... Not animals, people. Although people are animals, so that was a bit of a misnomer, but... Oh, she's already a 6 too, Tibalda. Wow. She went up really fast. Georgiana's a farmer, since she's the 6, so let's put her in there. I think she's the right one. Yep, she was the right one. We have lots of goslings. That's good. Crap, we're gonna have to hurry to get to any kind of sales done. I want to get the sheep right away. We're gonna screw up our order a little bit because the sun's starting to set. We're gonna go straight for the town with the sheep in it. That way we can buy them and clear them out. Shoes. Any new shoes? Okay, there's 1,000 manure in there that hasn't been dealt with, and we still have enough fertilizer, so we are starting to get to the point where we need to reduce our pigs. Alright, I didn't see anything in there for... Where are my scrambled eggs? Why do I not have... Oh, because I put them in food storage, so they wouldn't spoil on us. Wow. So that's 10, 11, not quite enough. So let's put 2 of these back. Nope. They ate my scrambled eggs! Those dirty villagers! I didn't tell them not to eat scrambled eggs, I really can't complain. But, those were my scrambled eggs. Alright, we gotta get going or we're not even gonna make it to the sheep before season. Or before the night falls. I believe they're in Branica. Or no, they're in Baranica. I think. We'll find out. Those two are really close together, so it's not a big deal if we overshoot. Whee! Look at that big old moose over there. Too bad we can't get off to shoot him. Wow, there's 2 quests here, too. These are either sheep or goats. They are sheep. Alright, so we will buy ourselves a ram. And we will buy ourselves a female. Now it's going to be slow at first because we're going to let them breed up. But it'll be worth it. So I don't want to buy a whole bunch with as expensive as they are. Even though they will pay for themselves with their stocks. Or their produce. I would really rather get them for free through... Oh no, I just took his saddle off. I would rather get them for free through the breeding mechanic than actually have to pay for them. There we go.
How is life treating you? Whatever you need, I've got.
Okay, so let's start with heavy stuff. She bought almost all the simple shoes.
See you soon.
Okay, and who was the other one? The herbalist, right. Now we can squeeze a little bit extra out of him by getting some more night vision potions, I suppose.
How are you?
I don't know that we particularly need any more at the moment, but some extra healing potions probably wouldn't go awry. That every time I wind up paying the stupid tax because I buy the potions of healing and not the instant healing. Alright, let's get some more potions of weight as well. Because I don't want to grow poppy. It takes a very bad season. Okay, mead bottle. And now we should be able to sell off our flatbread that I've left in storage.
Whatever you need, I've got it.
Our biggest moneymaker, and I left it in storage like a dumbass.
See you soon.
Well, on the upside, storage is between us and the next town, so that's a thing. Oh, let's also actually turn on the fold. And we want them to get us wool. And they don't have any shears yet, so we will get some up and going. Probably. Actually, when we're up here at storage, we can make them there and just put them in storage for them. Because we'll need a pair ourselves as well. And they work much like the knife, where we don't have to actually put them on our toolbar. We just have to have them. The upside is they take bronze, but they only take bronze. Like, they don't take any sticks or anything else. And I think it's just 1 bronze, if I recall correctly. So we're going to try and make 3. 1 for us and 2 for storage. Bronze tools, bronze shear, yep, 1 apiece. And these are the best moneymaker with bronze. We're not making these for money, but that is how to sell your bronze effectively. So we're going to put 2 of these in and grab our flatbread. I don't know that we're going to be able to get to the next town over. I also don't think that we're going to get to the mine run. It's going to be close just on this.
How can I best goods in the valley?
Okay. Yeah, 19 is enough to clear him out. How much? So he has 1,200, and 19 of these empties him out. And we still have we still have 240. We are going to be very wealthy just off of this flatbread harvest. Oh, damn. Yep, she's already in bed. Alright, well, something that we can do is put the rest of what we have to sell back in storage and set up for the mine run, because we have enough potions on us that we should be able to see in the mine just fine during the nighttime. Either on us or in storage, because I think it only takes us 5 potions to get through the mine, and I think we bought 6, so that's not bad at all. We are going to go ahead and put these away, though, so that we're not carrying a bunch of excess weight. Put all but 2 of those away. I said all but 2, not all but 1. It must not have registered my second tap. Alright, yeah, we have 7. That should be plenty. I'm going to keep one of those out, too. And put these away. And that away. And how are we doing on our pickaxe? It's at half. Okay. How are they doing on pickaxes? I meant to make some tools today and completely spaced it. They do not have any pickaxes. That is... 1, 2, 3... Let's make like 4 of them. Because they're going to start not being able to get us limestone and whatnot here very shortly if we don't do something about that. It also looks like the donkeys need more food. It looks like they finally ran out. Or we could just ignore them since they're not breeding anyway. We did not check on that. Yep. I believe they do have to have a handler to breed. We'll keep it going, but I'm pretty sure. So we'll put the scythes away. We don't need them anymore. We'll put our pickaxe, our old pickaxe, and 3 of the new pickaxes away, and we will keep the other new pickaxe for ourselves. And unfortunately, guys, it is that time of the night, so we will start with the mine run tomorrow, and then we will finish our sale run and see just how wealthy we can get. I mean, we already bought 2 animals, and we're almost back to 60 grand again, so we're in great shape. We did get our fold up, and we got it to start pulling in wool, which is fantastic. We're getting close to our mine. We only have 850 to go, and we will have the mine. We're in great shape. Alrighty, guys. So yeah, if you learned anything useful tonight, or if you had a good time, please don't be afraid to drop a like. If you're feeling friendly, maybe go ahead and subscribe. But either way, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, guys.